Morning everybody, and once again welcome back in today's class. Today we are on the day number 7 of our class, and we were discussing about the requirement life cycle. Yesterday we see that how we can trace the requirement, how we can maintain the requirement, and how we can prioritize the requirement. Today we are going to pick up the next two sections of this topic. If there is a changes coming in your requirement, let's say you have a requirement workshop, you got the 5 requirements, and now business is saying, I want to make a change in this requirement. Then how we can handle it? Or basically we can say, what is the possible solution identified which may change the way of working? So how to be handle those things? So in this, the main point which have to be understanding that when you are assessing the new changes, the requirement changes, make sure that each change should be aligned with the overall strategy. It's not like that you have 5 requirements to implement and business saying, hey, can you implement the other module as well with this part? You have to see that is this other module is part of the strategy or might be part of the documentation or the SOW which you get signed off. Number 2, if you add this proposed changes now, how the value is getting impacted. You're getting benefited, you're getting lose something, and how it is going to be impact the stakeholders. Because ultimately it's a development, required efforts, time, everything is there. And then you have to be identify that how much time it will impact on the delivery part now. New changes, new assignment, new discussions, new meetings, new solution, time can be affected. And last, is this opportunity, is this changes going to be impact anything on the risk, opportunities, or the constraints that we have to be understand. So this particular topic says if you're assessing, and it is not saying it's a confirmed, no, it is saying assessment only. If some new changes are coming tomorrow, I said, guys, from tomorrow this class will be only 15 minutes. But how this possible? Will it impact will this impact the time of delivery? Will it impact the risk, opportunities? So we evaluate all these things. So while doing the assess the requirement changes, we have a requirement, we have a design, and we have new input that is called the proposed change. What is business asking? Business asking to add a change. While doing this thing, while assessing the requirement, what we have to make sure? We have to make sure that we have a assessment formality. What are the elements involved here? So we are under assess requirement changes, and the first element is assessment formality. What this mean? What we do basically, if a new change is coming to us based on the information and based on the importance and based on the governance process, we will assess that one. Number one, that as per the governance process which we defined in the BA planning and monitoring step, are we allowed to take the new changes? That is the first step. New changes coming in which domain? Who are the stakeholder? What is the process? Is it required the signatures? It required the discussions. It required the amendments. So all these things point has been discussed on the assessment formalities. If the process says if a new change is coming, it should be coming at least 2 weeks in advance or within the 2 weeks of the signed off. Only then we can consider that for the next discussions. If the change is coming after 2 weeks, simply reject it. Because the governance process did not allow us to do this particular part. Once you assess the formality, then you do the impact. And impact in the sense of the benefit. Say guys, from tomorrow, I'm inviting a new teacher as well. And this class will be for the 2 hours where this new teacher will show you all the things in the practical format. Looks like a benefit. But is that benefit coming alone? Atul, are you going to be increase the cost? So second impact analysis will be the cost. Cost in the sense of how much efforts need to be more put to implement this requirement now. Might be very less efforts. Might be a heavy efforts. Then the impact. Impact of both. Implementing this requirement changes or not implementing these changes. Might be it is a compliance issue or it's a compliance requirement. So you have to be take it. And then schedule. If I take this new changes in my approach now, how it is going to be impact my time of deliveries. Earlier I said I have 5 requirements I can deliver in the 2 weeks. Now 3 more are coming. I can do in the 2 weeks or it will take 2 weeks. That is important. Now might be question to 2 days. What did that impact? No. 2 days changes will be impacting in overall process. 2 days in development added. 2 days in design will be added. 2 days will be added in the user training. 2 days will be added in the support and then in the go live as well. So my go live will be delayed approximately by a week now. So we have to be see that how it is going to be scheduled. And last, how urgent it is. From 7th of May, UK government says that if you don't have this policy on the place, we cannot allow you to go for the internet work. So how urgent it is. And once you do the impact and do the assessment, then finally we come on the impact resolution. That what finally we decided how to resolve this problem, how to resolve these changes. So in this particular part, we have to reach out to our stakeholders as per the defined in the governance process to get it approved. I, as a business analyst, can give these inputs. But my business need to be decide, my stakeholder need to be decide that are they okay to approve it or not. As I said that if there is a changes coming after the 2 weeks of the requirement freeze, it need approval from the head of department. I make a case. I did all the things. I did the impact analysis, benefit, cost, put a document and send it to email to the head of department. Might be head of department rejected. No, it is going to impact the business overall. No, I don't I don't allow because it is not urgent. It can wait. It can wait for another 2 weeks. So this is what has been happened. So once this has been happened, then and how you do the assessment? You need a domain knowledge. You need a change strategy. Change strategy means similar thing which we discuss. Purpose of the change. Identify the critical components of the change. Change in means this thing, requirement changes. Your governance approach play a vital role here. This is the reason that we have discussed this, or we have built this approach earlier only, because we know that it is a human tendency. It is a business. They need a changes at any point of time. So how to handle these changes? This is what we have to do. So once you done your assessment, then you got the requirement change assessment and design change assessment as well. Because now design also get changed. And your requirements also get changed. And once you confirm this, and then it's go for the approval. It will go for the approval. So now in this, if you see the inputs, there are the two inputs mainly. One is requirement verified. From here you got all the verified requirements. If you see this thing, prioritize, maintained and traced, means now at this stage that these are the requirements which has been finalized by the stakeholders, and now it need to be approved. Now it need to be approved. So in this step, and this is what the BA played, what I can say, play the role here, is that I got all the requirements, including the changes as well. Earlier it was 5, now I got a 6 or 7 requirements. Let's say business says I'm implementing the incident management. Earlier it was only 5 requirements. Now, as per the proposed changes, business say I want to go for the major incident as well. I added that also in my requirement list. Before I kick off the development part, I have to be get assigned on this one. In this particular step, business analysts need to be sent a clear communication of what requirement is, what design is, and what other key information which is required to approve a requirement. Timelines, risk, opportunities, problem, issues, gaps, everything I have to be mentioned here. Only then my stakeholder will approve it. Generally we do this part in the story itself. Write a story, define the acceptance criteria, persona, conditions, create a task, and yes, done. Approve it, move to the ready state. And sometimes businesses know, I want a proper email kind of stuff, and they provide that information in the, or they provide the approval in the email only. Now, when you are approving it, you miss when the business is approving it. Number one, what they have to be take care, what they have to be keep it in the mind when they're approving it. The first element will be that every stakeholder should know that what is his or her role in this process. Understand? The stakeholder role. Or if I reverse it a little bit more or improve it a little bit more, in this step, you and me as a business analyst need to be know that who is my stakeholder who has a super authority in this requirement approval. I have to be go to the department approvals. I have to be go to the BU approval. I have to be go to the CIO approval. And how you come to know? Because you have a stakeholder engagement approach. Where you identify this thing? Because you have a picture of that animal. If it is a risk, do you think that the department user will be able to approve it? Or he need to be understand something like that. If it is a risk, then you have to be get approval from the CIOs. Because they are the one who understand this risk actually. So you need to be know as a business analyst, we need to be know that who is my stakeholder and what role they're playing. That is number one part. Second, because now it is coming approval, it might create some conflict. Department A says, why you are adding this requirement? It will delay my work. Department B says, no, I need this requirement. Change management says, I want to be go live on 7th of May. Incident says, I also want to be go live on the 7th of May, but you are putting change on the 8th May and incident on the 7th May. There can be conflict. Then, so in this case, again, you should be very carefully ready to be answer these conflicts. See, we are not the business. We are just a business analyst. And we can say if there's a conflict, let's bring the both parties on a table and get it sorted out. I can bring change also on the 7th of May go live. But in that case, change need to be reduced these two requirements. Or reduce one requirement from the incident so that I can accommodate change requirements as well. Conflicts and issue management. Because the problem is that sometimes stakeholders change their view when you actually getting their approval on the requirements. No, I want this thing as well. Can you add now this? After finalizing everything, story points has been done. Acceptance criteria has been written. Description has been written. Still customer says, no, hey, I want to be add one more point here. Can you add it now? Then you have no choice. So you have to be understand that why this new point is coming. And sometimes we have to be add a new point without impacting the timelines. So conflicts are happening. And mainly the conflicts happen on the priorities. When you work in a sprint, and that sprint includes 4 or 5 value streams, then this thing happen. Prioritization happen. Then you have to be use your knowledge, your expert knowledge, and say that if you're prioritizing this, then this may get delayed. If you're adding the major incident management, then I have to be, or the priority for the or the work for the SLA can be reduced or can be impacted. And you have to see that if you're changing the priority, that it is a derived or depend requirement. So multiple factors are there in the conflicts part. And once you get the conflict, then you have to go for the gain consequences. Get ready because conflict is the consequences bhi honge hi honge. Almost these things, the conflict happen when you work in a bigger team, bigger projects. So I work for a customer and we have a 5 different value streams who are implementing the change. Because I was just to change BPC. And every month when we have a sprint planning, it took a lot of time because they need to decide their priorities. Value streams, X value stream says, no, no, I want this thing. Y says, no, no, I want this thing. Z says, I want this thing. You guys decide that what you need because you are the business. I can tell you from the requirement perspective that, okay, if A is saying I want in the change management, I want one more approval and B don't want that. Then is it good to be go or not? I can ask to the B, hey, in the future, do you need this thing as well? B says yes. Let's do it now together. So you can use your knowledge. And as I said, that get ready for the gain the consequences. In this, which is important point, when you send the approval and you have a conflict, please make sure you note down each and everything. What has been changed? Why it has been changed? Who requested for this change and who is giving the approval for this change? Might be you added up 2 stories of the incident management, and after the when it comes to the approval phase, the 2 stories are out from the sprint. Then you have to be write carefully statements in the story itself. And once you done the consequences, then you can track for the approvals. Okay, guys, all final. Yes, now give me the approval. So we have changed little bit priority. We have changed little bit, and we have added few more stories. We have removed 1 or 2 stories. Now give me the approval. Because without approval, we cannot proceed. And if you see here, output is requirement approved. Now, if someone say, I want to make a change in this, pause for the complete process. It is not possible to add it. Create a story, create a requirement and add in the backlog. And we will discuss. But adding in this one is not possible unless it is a compliance something related and it need to be approved by some higher management. Generally, very few changes come after this approved one, because it is like a headache for the requester as well to get all the follow the whole the process. And once this has been done, so now if you want to get approval, you definitely have a change strategy. You have a governance for approach. So governance is very much important in these complete sections. Majorly the last two, approve and assess. यहाँ पे governance चाहिए. How to handle, who will be handled, all the things will be required. And to do this particular part, to get the approval, you have to or we can use the acceptance and evaluation criteria, that what is the new approach or what is the acceptance criteria for this approval. What value the whole sprint is going to be given to me. You can again go for the workshops, you can again go for the reviews, you can again go for the focus groups as well. But generally we don't go for this time, we don't go all this stuff. We possibly conduct a kind of a workshop and approved it. Or just check on the email and approved it. Clear? Now, once you get all these things, Your requirement has been done. Approval has been done, assessment has been done. Now, strategy analysis. The next phase of the BA core activities. Strategy analysis. What this mean? This means how effectively to apply these new capabilities for a business to get the exact value or to get the desired value or to achieve the desired goal. I have a requirement to implement change management and I have a 5 different stories in that part. Okay, requirement done. Now how you will implement that you can achieve and you make sure that going forward there's no field changes in your environment. That's come under the strategy. That is not undercome the requirement. That is your need. But how to be implement that need? So we have 4 steps. Current state analysis, define the future state, assess risk, and define change strategy. And outputs are too much. बहुत सारे outputs हैं इसके. And in this area, the BA mostly work with the stakeholders because now need to be understand the current process, current state. And to understand the current state, we have to be collaboration with the stakeholders. Give me a minute. Shamila, you're still not able to see the content?
Yes, Atul, I'm still not able to see the content.
Sorry, I just saw the message now only.
That's okay, sir. It's okay, Abdul. I've been able to follow what you were saying, but for some reason, I don't know if it's just me.
Just check now. I'm sharing again.
Still, I'm not able to see. I don't know if others are able to see it and it's just me. Then I can just restart from here.
Everybody able to see the content, the screen sharing?
It's fine here.
Yes, it's fine.
So it's probably just me. Let me restart and join again. Sorry
Yes,
about
please.
that.
Yep, sorry, I was just on this part. Okay, join again. Okay, so in this particular step, in the strategy analysis part, is mainly the collaboration with the stakeholders. And we have to be understand their strategy and their tactical strategies, immediate changes and long term. These are 2 things which we use, tactical solutions. I know in the long term we have to be change the solution, but what we can do to implement this now? That is a tactical solutions. But in the long run, I want that every change need to be approved by the 2 or 3 groups. After that, it should go for the cap and then it should go for the production. That is strategy 1. So when we do the strategy analysis part, we have to do these things. So let me show you something here in the paint. So now we are here. This is what we can say the value driven. Okay. So here my strategic analysis. Under this, I have a need. And I have a solution scope that what I can build it. Then I have a requirement analysis and design. यहाँ पर. Where I define my requirement and my design. And then I have a solution. Sorry. ये section यहाँ जाएगा, sorry. And then I have my solution evaluation. In this, I have to do some kind of a POCs. I have to do some kind of a pilot or beta releases. And then I have to be operated. Operation. And this area is my actual value. This is my actual value which I want to drive it. And this is my potential. That this what I can achieve, this what I want to do, this what I want to be get it. But to reach from potential to actual, I have to be do solution analysis, requirement analysis, and my solution evaluations. Small POCs, beta releases, I have to do all the things here. Now in this area, what is the matter? What is the important here? What is the change in this step? In this step, the change is define the future state. Is the change. Remember BACCA model. Change is defining the future state. Need क्या है? What is the need? Within the current state, we have to prioritize the need which can help you to reach to the future state. Current state, Atul, I have no knowledge about the business analysis. So we are prioritizing the topics every day. We're discussing the topics every day so that we can reach to the future state. And future state kya hai? What is the future state? That I should have a knowledge of the business analysis. That is my future state. To reach up to this part, I have to define a solution. Solution is what? Solution scoping need to be done. That up to which context, up to which area, up to which domain I need to build this solution. If I'm talking about the change, I should stay in the change solutioning part only, not to go to the incident or the problem as well. And what value it will give to me? Potential value to actual value. Even though this step has only 4 main sub steps to be do, but if you see the outputs are very much high. So in this number 1, analyze the current state, but to do this task, what we need? We need business need or influences. Market is changed and my needs are getting changed now. Stakeholder engagement. It was the input. Who will approve? How it will be get approved? Elicitation results unconfirmed and confirmed. Because potential value you can start thinking when you are still unconfirmed. Design option, prioritize. What is the best way to reach, to get this solution, to build this solution? Where to prioritize that? Do we need to be right? Do we need to go for the pilot? We need to go for the POCs? Do we need to go for the beta version? So those all are the inputs. And using these inputs, using the strategies, sorry, techniques, we reach on the output. We find a fine line of what is my current state. Current state says that all the changes has been captured in the Excel sheet only, and there's a no approval mechanism. That is my current state. You clearly got the business requirements, business requests, or the sorry, requirements, that I want an automated change management process so that I can compliant with the SOX. All my changes should be deployed in the production in the 2 weeks. That is my future state description. Potential value. Less changes will be get failed. No rework. And you do the risk analysis for this one. Because this is the mindset change, this is a platform change, this is a tool set, this is a process change. So might be some risk to train the people. So these are the output which is coming in this particular area. To understand this particular part, analyze the current state. This is the only section which has the most heaviest things in the output. You can see how many 14, 15 outputs are there. Because this is what where you are and where you want to be go. And when you say you want to be go, you know that what are the output. If today you are doing your master degree, starting your master degree, when you complete it, you have a lot of outputs. See, same thing applicable here. You done master, you're eligible for marriage, you're eligible for the good jobs, you're eligible for the banking sector as well. You are be promoted as well. You will be more getting more income as well. You will be more appreciated in the family as well. A number of outputs are there. So when we are discussing about the current state, analyze the current state. This is why my work as a BA. Analyze current state. And what we need, needs and confirm results, that what business need, but where we exist, where the business exists now. So in this particular part, to reason why an enterprise need this needs, why you need this. This is what is my current state. You already have a change management, then why you need automated change management? Because my changes are taking too much time to reach into the production. So I wanted automated one. I'm using Jira to write my stories and I want to be integrate. I want a DevOps now. Okay. When you're analyzing the current state, what you have to be take care. Easy and simple things. No fancy words here. When you're analyzing it, current state. What is the first element? Is business need, value, why, what you want to be achieve. Atul, Sharmila says, Atul, I want to buy a new flat. What is the business need for that one? You already have a 4-bedroom house. What is that need? No. My kids are getting younger now, so they need separate rooms. Plus, they are getting married as well. So I need a bigger room, bigger house. What is the current state? I have 3-bedroom house now. So in this, we understand the business need. And when you say the business need, you have to understand that it is top-down approach or it's a bottom-up approach. Generally, we follow the top-down approach. From top, we see that what is the business strategy, what is the business vision, what is the business mission, and from there we start analyzing the top to the bottom. Sorry. Okay. Then, if you start with the bottom up, mainly why we say the top down, because in the top down we get the clear vision of a company, the clear vision of the organization. In the bottom up, you start with the department problem statements, operation problem statements. What is the current state processes? Because CIO will not tell you that what is the process they are following to resolve a ticket. It is the operation team which can tell you. So that is a bottom approach. It's a process level changes. For the CIO, I want to be get compliant with SOX. That is the only business need from the top down. For the bottom up, we have to change the processes. Also, you need to be get the inputs from the middle management as well. Service desk managers, service desk owners. They also tell you more things. Hey, we are using this platform, but the problem is that our incidents are getting reopened. We have no mechanism to be see that how many incidents have been reopened, what efforts are my agents are putting. I work with the client and they have very weird policies that even though incident get closed, still the user can reopen the same incident because they don't have anything in the mind. Then we set up a meeting and we say that if we are reopening the same incident again and again, number one, how you going to be check the efforts of your agents? There is no mechanism. So we justify that. So that is the middle management problem, not the top level, not the bottom level. It's a middle management problem. And sometimes we have external drivers as well. Nowadays, companies are moving to the AI. They're building the AI stuff. Might be they don't need much, but they want to be stay in the market. So they have to be start using or adopting the AI stuff in their organization. Then what is be depend when you are understanding the business current state, how the organization has been defined and what is the culture they are following it. Organization structure and the culture. Because by talking to the people, you will come to know that our people with you to make this change. They do understand with the current state. Our people are open to discuss the problems with you. That is the culture here. Also, sometimes what happens that if you bring a new platform, if you bring a new changes in the organization level, then you have to be see that is the organization culture is going to be adopted or not. Is the culture is supporting you to achieve that goal or not? CIO say in the meeting, no, my people are so supportive, they're so cooperative, they will help you to understand their problems. But when you reach at the ground level, people did not talk to you because they think that if they talk to you, you will take their jobs. But actually, you're not going to do that. You are going to be improve their process. You are going to be improve their work. So that is the culture one. Also, it is important that you have to be understand that if the stakeholders are actually understanding the business value of this particular change. Like I said, in the 90s, 90 or 2000 somewhere, when the computer has been introduced in the government offices in India, many people resist. But few people understand the value behind that. And who understand, they got promoted quickly and quickly. They learn, they got promoted. So this is what the rational stakeholder need to be understand. Then when you get this point, okay, organizational structure is good. I have a proper defined structure and culture is good. Now the capabilities and the process. Capability means there are two things, capability centric and process centric. When you talk about the capability, is the organization is ready to be work with the innovative way? Are they capable for the innovative way to be consumed, to be observed, and to be used? That is the capability way or capability view. Or can we use the existing capabilities to produce the new outputs? Can we enhance their existing capabilities to improve the or add the new value in the existing business? And when we talk about the same thing with the process perspective, that becomes the process view. How many ways or what is the best way to be improve the process? Because process is the something which is more critical than the tool. If you ask to a service desk agent, hey, you are doing 5 clicks to create an incident. Now you have to do the 3 clicks. Might be first time he is not happy. Come on, I'm habitual of the 5 steps. I can do it in quickly. But if you have to be reduce that, you have to be change the process. And sometime in the process, when we implement the process, we have to make a changes in the tool as well, in the platform as well. A user agent click 7.5 places to create an incident. Now I remove the 2 places from the tool itself. He has to be click on the 3 places only. So that is what the process. And then it's your technology and policies. Is your stakeholders, is your business is ready to execute the processes, making a decisions with the support of the new technologies? That is important. Do you have that technology? Do you have that infrastructure to be support that needs? I want to be automate my change management process in the Excel sheet. That's not possible. Excel sheet is not built for that. Excel sheet is built to be record your data sheet, balance sheets. If you automate, you have to be change the technology. You have to be go for the service now, Jira or some other platforms, some other tools. But in the Excel sheet is not possible. Where the technology come in the picture. And policies define that if I'm making a change at the different level, how and who is going to be support me to be implement that. That is the policies we have. That is the policies we have. It's not only one thing, because see now, as I said, the Sharmila want to be change the flat. Before she change the flat, she has to be discussed. You have to be see the current state. What problem I'm facing? How much budget I have? Is my family members ready to be moved with me? What location we have to be pick up? Are we getting our own community there or not? What is the issue in this community now? So these are the current states. Plus in the current state, the another point which we can pick up is called the business architecture. Means how these all elements work together. If I did not consider the middle management, if I did not consider the top-down approach, I can still get my need. Can I get still I can reach to the future state or not? That is what the business architecture says. The binding of these components, the relationship between these components should be highly tight. Few things should be highly tight, few things should be loosely coupled. So that if you skip, that's not much matter. If my CIO says I want to be go for a service now, simple. Nobody can say no now. That is tightly coupled. Everybody has to be approved. Everybody has to be understand this. Everybody has to be use it. And when you understand this, then you understand the last part that is called the external factors. Sharmila neighbors got a new flat. Now, Sharmila also want to go a new flat. Might be show off, might be more money, might be jackpot. Might be actually their kids are getting younger and they need a bigger space for their in-law, sorry, daughter-in-laws and all things. Multiple factors are there in the external part. In our industry, it can be competitors. It can be customers are demanding more changes now. Hey, I will not use this hotel website. It's too boring. Too many clicks, too heavy form, take too much time to be load. Let's rebrand it. Supply technology is getting changed now. One of my customers was using a inbuilt tool to track their incident change problem. They're facing a lot of problems. Then I want to go to service now. The reason is technology, external factor. They heard about a service now. They get a demo and they want to implement it. So once you understand this part, then you can start, you get these things. You understand that what exact is my current state now. After seeing these things, now Sharmila reached a point that what is her current state. The reason of buying a flat is not that she is getting rich. The reason is that because now her parents also staying with her and now she need a bigger house to accommodate everybody in that one. That is the actual reason and that is the current state. When you get this current state, you need to get business analysis approach, meeting with the stakeholders. Organizational strategy, important point. My customer, my CIO want to be go or to be reach, to be get the SOX compliance. That is the organizational strategy. Also enterprise limitations. That I want to increase the manpower, but I cannot accommodate this manpower in the limited tool. I have to be go for the further as well. So that is my limitations. Solution limitations. We need the data center in the UK itself. We cannot make our data center, we cannot set up our data center outside UK because of GDPR. Solution scoping, solution limitation. It might be costly in that case. Or go to the on-prem. To get this analysis straight, we have a few techniques. Benchmarking and market analysis. As I give the example that companies are moving to this thing, AI now. Why? The prime reason is not that they need, the prime reason is that they want to be stay in the market. In the market, every day, every new company is coming and say, hey, we are using AI. Are you not? That is what the first place. And also market analysis, benchmarking give you the more options to be improved as well. Then we can use another technique that is called business model canvas. It is a kind of a pictorial representation where we tell that what value you will be getting, proposition of the value. That if we bring these changes, then what value you can give to your customer. That is what canvas. This thing, concept modeling. In this, I capture the business main terms, key terms, strategy, tactical strategies, tactical way out and strategical way out. Actual business need, compliance is the actual business need. Key terms we capture under this. We can do the document analysis, getting the previous documents, previous data, analyze that. You know that when a customer hire us, what the first step we have to do? We have to do the gap analysis part. And to do the gap analysis, we understand their data. A customer hire me and say, hey, I want to improve the change management. Now the two things. Either I can tell them, okay, what is your problem statement? Or I can say, okay, let me go through your data of the change management and we'll tell you that what are the problem statements. I download their data, understand their change process, no approvals, maximum change are getting failed, plan end dates, start dates are outside the actual start dates and dates are outside of the planned dates. These are the problem statements. Then I say, okay, guys, you are having these many issues. This is what is the document analysis part we do. We conduct the interviews with the change managers, change deployment teams to understand what they're doing, how they're doing, what problem they're facing. So these are the few techniques which we use. Also, lesson learned. I work as a change BPC in one of the biggest telecom customer. So I have a lot of experience. Now, if I go and going to the other customer, I can use those lessons learned in this area as well. Immediately I go and check it. Okay, this is missing, this approval is missing, validation is missing. Deployments are missing, no proper validations are there, no proper sign-offs are there, no proper reviews are there, cabs are missing. This is what the lesson learned. Your SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunities, threats. You have to understand that what the business is facing here. What is the business strength? People are good. Weakness, they're old. 45, 50 years age now. They're not happy to accept the change. Opportunities. Let's put some new hire in this domain. That is what we have to do the SWOT analysis as well. So these techniques will be used here in these three domains as well. But for today, we are up to this part. So once you get the current state description, then you can improve these parts as well. Few are the back steps and few are the upcoming steps. Clear? Doubt, question, clarification. Tell me guys, any doubt, question or clarification? Sorry.
So you said that most of the business objectives are SOX related. Is that because, like, in your experience, mostly CIOs?
No. That is just examples.
Yeah. Okay.
So because compliance is the something where business never ever get the compromises. Like if you hear that there's a concept called the DORA, DORA. That is again something new compliance coming. It's already come in the picture. There were some deadlines given by the UK government to the UK companies that they have to implement the DORA by 31st of March. So many organizations are working internally to build the DORA platform or the DORA as a frameworks in their organization so that they should get compliance. And for that, they have to make some changes as well. But that is the few exception cases. Compliance is not always the case. Simple examples like change management, problem management, anything you want to be implement so that you can get the concept around that only.
Thanks, Atul.
Okay. Any other question? Okay. Thank you. Let me stop the recording.